guys, I'm Manjari Mukherjee and you're watching me on Pop Diaries. Well, the art and the artist. This is one place where I am going to explore the artist and their art. Deep dive into their mentality, their mindset, how they are being so creative out there and being so successful at it, and how they have won your hearts and mine as well. Well, with me is one such artist, and his name is the one and only Taaruk Raina. I have been wanting to talk to him since a very, very long time because यार मैं सच बताऊं तो खो गए के बाद ना यार कुछ दिल सा जीत लिया उन्होंने एंड उनके एक्टिंग के बारे में तो हम लोग सब जानते ही हैं बट आज जानते हैं कि वो आर्टिस्ट कैसे हैं तो लेट्स गो वेलकम तारुक
Thank you Manjari, thank you for having me.
फर्स्टली आई हैव टू टेल यू दैट खो गए इज अ रियली ब्यूटीफुल पीस आई मीन बहुत ही ज़्यादा अच्छा गाना है.
Thank you so much.
बट यू नो listening to all your songs, Lost and Found, Narazi, I have realized one thing, that you have a tendency of mapping human emotions through your songs, you know. They all are somehow based either on the individual's emotions or on the other person's emotions, but they are always mapping a particular human emotion, and that too with a story in it, which is so beautiful, but also very difficult.
I mean, I wouldn't say I would say it's difficult when you try to do it very like hard. Like, I mean, if you let it be organic and if you let it come to you, then overall it's not that difficult because then you just wait. You wait for the right time to feel the right thing, to write the right thing.
Yeah.
And that's mostly how I do it because I'm not like, I can't like get into a thing and just write something. And I know that about me, so I wait.
Okay.
I wait till I feel something, and I wait till it comes, and I wait. और मुझे कोई जल्दी नहीं है. तो जब आए, तो even though it involves a lot of trying and not getting anywhere and banging your head against a wall and then giving up, then the next day being like, okay, no, this can happen. Yeah, but like it certainly reaches a point where it does come to you. If you have something important to say.
Okay.
I think that's the most important thing. That you have to have something to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But मतलब when you sit down to write, what is this thought process that you're getting into? Like, is it like कुछ लोगों का ना मैं बता रही हूँ, they have always said कि यार हम लोगों को ना ऐसे चाहिए होता है कि हम ब्रेक ले लें, बस हम जा रहे हैं कहीं पे, and then suddenly a thought comes and फिर वहाँ से गाना शुरू हो जाता है.
हाँ, मतलब कुछ भी हो सकता है. I don't think there's a concrete method to it. I mean, I definitely don't have one.
Okay.
मुझे तो अगर आप पूछो कि पहले क्या करते हो, धुन बनाते हो, ये करते हो, मैं तो कुछ भी आ जाए यार. धुन आ जाए, वर्ड्स आ जाए, जो आए, जो मिले.
Okay.
मतलब I'm there. आ जाए बस, कुछ भी आ जाए. And of course, like, you know, when people travel and you know, you see different things, you get inspired by different things. That always helps. That always helps. Sometimes it's the reverse. Like when nothing is happening and you're traveling and your mind is switched off completely. Sometimes you don't get anything. So that can also happen. With my music, mostly it's all my personal experiences.
Okay.
Everything.
All of it.
All of it.
Wow.
All of it. It's the only place that I kind of let it all out in the most honest way I can, because otherwise I have a hard time. कौन है? कोई है?
कशिश.
हाँ, अच्छा. Otherwise I have a hard time, you know, talking about my feelings or I don't know what that is. That's just maybe it's a guy thing. I don't know. But when it comes to my music, I kind of, that's when I bear it all out. I feel very scared actually. I feel very, whenever I write a song, I feel really exposed.
Wow.
You know, like, because people often say that, oh, you know, you're like a happy-go-lucky type of guy, and oh, your songs are so sad, and like, just like, yeah.
Actually, this is something that I also wanted to ask you. The reason why I said human emotions was because You know, when I met you during Mismatch, and even now, the what we were talking about, and I listened to all your songs, and somehow I feel that there's a lot of vulnerability in the songs and in the music, but the person that I know off screen is a very sorted banda.
Sorted?
Yeah, like he's very sorted, very happy, he's very clear and everything. It's all okay-ish. So why the vulnerability in the songs? Is it coming from personal experiences? Is it
No,
like
I think that's just a living life sort of situation. It's not easy to go day by day in a city like this, in a profession like this.
obviously?
I can't act all vulnerable and sad every day. I have to get on with it. It'll kind of swallow you whole if you let it. So there is, I mean, the vulnerability is there in the music because I don't think I can afford to have it in real life. I don't think I can go around being that vulnerable while trying to work, trying to live, trying to get on with it, trying to be social. I don't think, it's the time and place for it. And nobody else has the time to tolerate it anyway. So might as well channel that into music, and like it's my kind of alone time solace, you can give other people that as well in their own time. So I think that's just why that is. I think it's just a real life thing. That's the only place where I pour out my soul into it. I mean, not in a very deep way. मैं उतना deep इंसान हूँ नहीं.
What nonsense!
नहीं, मैं नहीं हूँ.
Look at the lyrics. I mean, come on.
इतने deep lyrics नहीं. मैं, तेरा, तू, मेरी, क्या है? मतलब, I mean, it's not deep. Like it's fine. Like in the sense, like I get what I was trying to say.
In these days, the lyrics are already gone in most of the songs. People don't listen to it only. सब कुछ वो 1 मिनट का रील और 1 मिनट का वो हो गया है, content हो गया है. But you are someone who's breaking that norm and giving us a song which कहीं पे भी. And I'll also tell you this, as someone who loves listening to all kinds of music, I listen to Spanish, Latin, Korean. I listen to a lot of songs. African भी सुन लेती हूँ मैं कभी-कभार बैठ के. So the amount of music that I've heard, उसमें even though the lyrics has a sad kind of vulnerability to it, like talking about one person's emotions to the person who's listening to it, but the music still has a little bit of good energy in it. Like it's not completely sad. It's not making you go howl in tears and everything, which is, I think, is a very beautiful.
I'm glad. I'm glad that like it's not making you completely sad. That was never my intention anyway. So thank God. No, I believe that even if music is emotional, it's got to be enjoyable. Like you've got to have a little fun listening to it. Na?
It should be like a song that you can play anywhere, anytime.
I mean, anywhere, anytime. To khair, I mean, but yeah, it should be easy to listen to. It should be kind of accessible. It shouldn't be much hard work to just listen to a song. It should make you feel the way it's supposed to make you feel effortlessly.
Okay.
So I think there's definitely that. I honestly love commercial music. Okay. I love independent music. I love alternate music. I love all kinds of music. But I actually enjoy commercial music. So I like it when a song has a hook. I love it. Of course. What else is going to make you listen to that song? What else is going to make you remember that song? Okay. I mean, I love it when it has a crescendo and a build up and just a massive release to it. Like, just it opens up and it becomes big and you feel the space in your head, when you listen to it. I love that stuff. I love doing that stuff. Like I love to kind of build it up and then just unleash. And
kind of like rock music then.
I love rock music. I grew up on rock music.
Wow.
I auditioned for my school band when I was 11? 12.
My God.
11, 12. Something like that.
Okay.
And I remember I sung, and that time I didn't even know that. I mean, I would sing, but like you don't know that you can sing.
Yeah, obviously.
like in the sense वो नहीं है ना कि घर पे तो सब बोलते हैं कि वाह कितना अच्छा गाता है, घर वालों पे तो भरोसा नहीं कर सकते. वो तो हमने देखा है ना कि अगर किसी को डांस नहीं भी आता है उससे करा ही देते हैं.
हाँ, रिलेटिव आए कर लो.
Yes, डांस करो. कुछ भी कर रहा है कोई भी. You know, like I mean, so
Yeah.
I went to my school music room and I saw that there were auditions happening.
Okay.
And earlier it was just a way to get out of class. Like in the sense I saw that कि auditions हो रहे हैं, तो that's a legitimate reason to kind of get out of class.
Okay.
So I went for the audition. I reached there and I saw that this is a serious situation. I met my music teacher there for the first time, Siddharth sir, and he's told me to sing, and I remember I sung Boulevard of Broken Dreams.
Oh my God.
That was the song I sang, and it was new then. And that was also one of only 2 cassettes that I had,
Okay.
which I used to just listen to on repeat.
Yeah.
Just, wind that tape up till it tears.
Okay.
One was American Idiot by Green Day, and one was Encore by Eminem. Yeah, I don't think my parents knew that I had that cassette.
Oh wow.
Because Encore by Eminem for a 12-year-old is like, I mean,
I mean, obviously, I'm surprised.
I remember that, in my room, I was just like, 12-year-old boys going, the way you shake it, I can't believe it. I've never seen an ass like that. I was like,
I'm imagining it in my head.
and it's so funny because years later, I heard those songs again, and I was like, ये तो मतलब ही अलग है भाई.
Oh God.
ये तो समझ ही नहीं आया कभी मुझे.
I hope your parents watch this. They're like,
अब क्या करेंगे? अब क्या ही बोलेंगे?
अब क्या ही बोलेंगे?
अब तो लड़का हाथ से निकल गया है.
अरे.
But no, so I remember I sung Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and everyone kind of went like, oh, like you can sing, and then I started singing English music. Because I just used to like it. That was the stuff I used to watch. That was the stuff I used to listen to, and then I got into the school band, and I got really into rock music because it was a rock band.
Okay.
And from then on, I loved the feeling rock music gave you. Like अभी 4 दिन पहले मैंने Linkin Park का live stream देखा, मैं रोया क्योंकि वो वापस आ गए हैं. They're such a massive part of my music life.
I mean, seriously, obviously, anybody would get very emotional about that part. He's a legend.
It's just but they've got a new singer. She's great. Everything. I just saw that, and it was amazing to see that happening. That people can still make music through 25-30 years of making music, and everyone's heard a Linkin Park song.
Obviously,
everyone's had that phase. So it was insane.
I never had a rock phase, but I listen to very less rock music and very less Eminem also.
Because rock's not popular anymore, right? I mean, it's not like the most mainstream, Linkin Park and even Coldplay at that time.
It was the rage at that time.
Yeah. So, it was genuinely live sound, good music. It was great. And I think everything progresses, gradually. I think music, sound changes every day, every week, every month. The audience changes. I mean, you kind of get tuned into music today. Even though you might say that it might be, lyrics might be an issue today, but music is becoming more complex and more evolved.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't make a simple, you can't really make a nursery rhymish tune anymore to stick because there's so much out there. There's so much to choose from. And it evolves every day, and it just gets, more complex, newer tricks to kind of engage your listener. Productions become insane now. I mean, you can make things in your bedroom as good as a studio, which is how most of my songs are made. They're literally made in a bedroom. They're sung there also, everything.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Acha, I thought you were joking.
No.
Acha. Wow, you're very casual about this. It's such a wonderful thing. I mean, it shows that you are not thinking too much about it.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
It's just coming.
It's not just me. You ask any musician today. What matters more, a better song or a better studio recording?
Obviously, a better song.
You know, you hear a good tune, you hear a good song, even on a voice note, na, it's great. You don't really. I don't need to go to the fanciest studio to sing something. I mean, I have mics and stuff but like I don't need to go to have the best equipment to make the best song.
Okay.
The best song is in the songwriting, and that's it. If that's great, then everything else is there to support it. You know, elevate it a bit, but you don't really need it.
True.
I mean, Billie Eilish makes every song of hers in a bedroom. Sings it under a quilt, which is something that every musician at some point has done.
Yeah, has done.
I'm still doing sometimes. It's so good. It's great. It's just, you know, at 4 in the morning, you're singing. There's nobody to listen. There's nobody to judge. There's nobody to look at you. You don't care.
And I think the best voice comes out then.
That is questionable.
How can it be questionable?
Because 4 a.m. is not really a good time for a voice.
But some people get up at 4. Are you a believer which says that, you know, a singer should get up at 4 a.m. or 6 a.m. and, you know, start singing because that is the time when the voice is absolutely untouched and fresh?
Do you know why we kept this interview at 4 p.m.? Because that is not a possibility.
Yeah, obviously.
I can sleep at 4 a.m. But I don't think, unless I'm paid to, I will wake up at 4 a.m. There is no chance.
Obviously.
I am not a morning person.
Same.
Fresh, untouched voice, मेरी तो आवाज ही ना निकले सुबह.
Same.
No chance.
I mean, obviously, I completely agree.
No chance.
So Taaruk is not that person, but Taaruk is self-taught.
I am self-taught.
I want to know about that whole story that you were saying already. Please.
Nothing. I mean, it started off from...
No, please, I have to give them context. So I asked Taaruk, then how should I learn? I didn't even ask. I just said that I don't know how to self-teach myself. And he said, what are you trying to self-teach yourself? I said, guitar. And he said, ये पढ़ाई थोड़ी ना है. इसको बस ऐसे ही सीख लेते TV देखते. So I asked him how. Please.
In the sense, like, what I meant was that you don't have to treat it like it's such a task. It takes a month or two. Your fingers hurt. Yeah, but after a while you develop calluses. Look at my like you develop calluses. They become like rocks, and then you will never feel a thing. And after you've gone through that initial pain, even like every day of practice, whatever you do, it's muscle memory. Your fingers start moving eventually. That's why so many people in the world can do it. Like, I'm not even a guitarist. Like, you know, I'm just talking about getting the basics done. Then, to excel at something, of course, that's a whole different level of things. How good you want to be at something. And that's true with everything. How much practice you put in. Whether it's singing, whether it's guitar, piano, whatever.
True.
But yeah, just to get started, I mean, I'd say just learn a few chords and play something that you want to play something that you like. Because you've got to find every way, every motivation that's going to make you do it.
Okay.
That's the biggest thing, doing it, not thinking about it. Because everyone thinks about it. Like, you know how everyone thinks कि मैं कल gym जाऊंगा.
Yeah.
पहुंच जाओ ना, तब decide करना.
अच्छा.
Like, just go.
Don't just think it.
Yeah,
do it.
It's not about the right way or the wrong way. Like, I wish I had taken, like, you know, a class, or, you know, when I was young, or I wish I had learned. I really do, because I sometimes get stuck in things that I don't know. But I mean, I have friends to call, and then I get out of it also. But the good thing about teaching yourself or learning from, let's say, YouTube or anything, which is what I did. I learned guitar from YouTube. I learned how to write songs also from YouTube.
That even I watched.
Whatever free master class.
Yeah.
But उससे मुझे समझ नहीं आया इतना, क्योंकि वो already अच्छा गाना ही बता रहे हैं, तो पहले से ही अच्छा गाना है वो. But I mean, I mean, I tried everything. I tried जहाँ हाथ मार सकता था मैंने मारा. But yeah, if you just get into it and get into the groove of it and just start doing it every day, you will feel the difference. You will get better at it. And as soon as you get better at something, now you want to do it more.
True.
That's a very natural kind of thing.
Human instincts, obviously.
And मेरा भी बहुत क्लीशे वो था यार. मैंने पहला गाना सीखा, गेस कर लो कौन सा सीखा होगा गिटार पे मैंने पहला गाना.
कोई रॉक म्यूजिक ही सीखा होगा.
हाँ चलो क्या क्या गाते हैं लोग रॉक म्यूजिक पे ऐसे बहुत ही. I learned how to play Wonderwall. It's and not even the right way, by the way.
No,
Wonderwall is actually the guitar chords are a little disputed or complicated. Like they are ऐसा कुछ scene है उसमें. But I learned to play the easiest version of it.
Okay.
But I could play a song.
Okay.
And that was like, in 4 weeks, I was like, I can play a song. Not well, but I can play it for about 30 seconds.
It's still better than whatever.
But I'm just saying, like, you know, and that made me go through the next month with enthusiasm. Wow. Then I learned something else. That took me to the next month. So it just goes on like that. So I think you should just give it a go. Don't think about it too much.
And I want to know, there was someone who asked you to play guitar, so that's why you learned it.
Yeah.
So वो कौन थी?
I had an audition.
अच्छा थी नहीं था?
नहीं थी.
अच्छा थी.
हाँ, मतलब इसमें क्या है?
नहीं, because I'm going to tell you, some of the people learn guitar because they want to impress girls, and girls do get impressed with guitars. I mean, if you can play a guitar, it's just an added bonus for you.
That's true.
It makes you look more charming.
That's true.
See, he agrees.
I mean, I think I got those benefits much later in my life.
Obviously.
But, like in the sense, like I wish if I had played guitar in school. किसी ने मुझे बोला होता ना भाई गिटार बजाइए हो जाएगा.
अच्छा, so when was this exactly?
This was college.
College. Okay.
So I had an audition for a film, and they said that you're required to play guitar.
Okay.
You play guitar.
Okay.
And I said, yeah. Yes, of course. And I'm like, when is the audition? Oh, when you come back from college, so like 2.5 months. I said,
oh, wow.
Great, of course. That day I have gone, bought a guitar, some random guitar I bought, and I just started, like I opened YouTube and literally I wrote, how to play guitar. Whatever videos came, I went through, found one guy, like ये सही लग रहा है, ये सिखाएगा मुझे. उसके वीडियो में 2 महीने देखता रहा रोज. और मैं बस एक ही चीज बजाता रहा. Because I had also asked them that what do I have to play, and what they sent me was not that tough.
Okay.
Like in the sense it didn't sound like it was rocket science. So I'm like, thank God. Like they don't need me to be Eddie Van Halen. They just need me to be some guy who plays guitar. So okay, cool. तो 2 महीने मैंने उसके चक्कर में मैंने सीख लिया कुछ. ऐसे ही.
Okay.
और मैं गया तो how long have you been playing guitar? Long enough. Yeah, guitar.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how that happened. That's how I learned guitar.
Wow.
Thank God I did.
I mean, obviously, because now it's coming to a lot of use.
Yeah, I mean, as a writing tool, it really helps.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, yeah, it really does. I mean, other than that, there's so many people around me now. Like earlier, I didn't know anybody in music.
Okay.
But now there's so many friends that I have. Not so many actually, maybe 4 or 5. So many though. But who, like who I learn from constantly. Himanshu from the Yellow Diary, Stuart from the Yellow Diary, Charan is one of my closest friends. All of, Danish is a friend of mine. We jam together. You kind of learn their processes, how they look at music, how they feel music, how they make music, even in production. Like I bombard these people with questions. It's almost getting schooled for free, but they don't know it.
Okay.
मैं इतना पूछ लेता हूँ उनसे कि ये कैसे करते हैं. उनको पता है.
अच्छा, उनको पता है.
वो सह लेते हैं दोस्ती के चक्कर में. But like for example, when we were making Kho Gaye, I had everything down on separate voice notes.
Okay,
like everything, and it just kind of happened. Like Himanshu and I sat, and I had this tune on a voice note which was like
Wow.
okay, and I was like, okay, we'll use this,
Okay.
and then let's see where it goes. Then some days later I had that chorus, then some days later I wrote a verse, then some days later I wrote a second verse.
Okay.
Then and you know, it just kind of happened, and I constantly used to be just looking at him and what he's doing and how, and like, and I was just like, you know, we have to do live drums and like we got to make this like this, and then constantly I'm like, ये कैसे किया तूने, ये आवाज कहाँ से आई, ये कहाँ से आया, ये यहाँ क्यों है, and you know, it was very like that, almost at the edge of annoying someone maybe, but I had to. It was like I just wanted to know how it's done. Because I think music production is a skill that, like, you know, when you're actually good at it, it's a technical skill.
Obviously.
I mean, it requires a certain level of emotional intelligence, yes, to feel what a writer's writing. But it's a very technical skill.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's the sort of thing you learn properly.
Absolutely.
And I just felt like I couldn't do a course because I was like, मैं क्या करूँ अभी?
Obviously, I mean, same thing.
करूँ? सब जगह तो सब कुछ करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. You know, barely managing. Let me just learn this way. So, like, you know, I started producing in my like house, whatever I could do. Then I reached a point where I could make kind of bare bone versions of what I wanted and then take it to producers. कि ये है, ये चाहिए मुझे, better, इससे better.
Okay.
जो मैं नहीं कर सकता. And I'm never an advocate of like doing everything myself. I don't think anything I've done is like a solo effort. I think if people can help you, if they will help you, it's great. It's great. Like, let the person who knows their job better than you do their job.
True. That's very true.
Like, I'm not going to walk into a room and say, hey, let me play this guitar solo. No way. Why should I have friends who are gods at guitar? They'll play it, na. The max I can do is maybe formulate a solo or whatever and tell them कि ऐसा कुछ चाहिए. But like, it's why should I do it?
And I think I kind of, you know, agree to that thought process also, because it's always been like that, especially when it comes to the music industry.
Yeah.
I think it's an amalgamation. One song is an amalgamation of many people's thoughts, opinions, and their own skills into it.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes it so beautiful, because there are so many people coming into it and giving their own little inputs, and they make that one creative piece.
Yeah.
But has it always, I mean, I just want to know, but somehow ऐसा लगा कभी भी सोचा कि यार I'm trying this, will I ever be successful in it? कि मैंने ऐसे छोड़ा तीर अंधेरे में and it will actually, you know, hit the bullseye.
मैं रोज सोचता हूँ यार ये.
रोज?
मैं रोज सोचता हूँ ये क्या बात?
But how do you deal with it?
I
mean, it could be very.
You don't deal with it.
But are you not scared?
It's followed by a lot of stress, panic, then overthinking, then giving up. Then the next day waking up, doing something better, feeling a little bit better, then go through the cycles again. I mean, I'm not some Zen person who is like, oh, so meditative with his music. I constantly think about this. The level of uncertainty I deal with on a daily basis, being an actor and a musician. What stable careers, must say. And it is constantly filled with this. It's for example, when Kho Gai came out and blew up, I didn't know what to do. Like, because I was also very new to the fact, I didn't even know that a song that I wrote in my bedroom, हमेशा ऐसा ही होगा क्या? नहीं. नहीं होगा. You can't. It's not going to happen every time. And you know, I really had to kind of take time to get out of that pressure. Okay. Where for a person this is his what, third song. Okay. You know, it's big. You know, suddenly everyone's like, oh, you know, you'll do, your next song will be as good. Yeah. And I was just like, how? I don't even know how I did that, like in the sense you don't know how, right?
Obviously,
It's
I mean,
not-
you don't know the hows of what happened.
Yeah, वो हो
It
जाता
just
है.
happened.
वो
Yeah.
हो जाता है. You're lucky enough and blessed enough to be in the right thought kind of space and the right mental space and the mood and see things around which inspire you that you write and it comes out. You don't. I mean, how can I just? I don't have a syntax or a formula to write a song. And it's not like I'm some God-gifted poet. मुझे बहुत सोचना पड़ता है. मैं गूगल भी करता हूँ कि इसके साथ ये क्या राइम करेगा.
वो बहुत लोग करते हैं.
नहीं, but I'm saying कभी-कभी when you're पूरा गाना लिख दिया, एक वर्ड नहीं मिल रहा है यार. Come on.
Obviously.
मतलब ऐसा होता है. ऐसे कोई अब मैं क्या, ये कोई वो बात नहीं है. ठीक है, मैं करता हूँ, मतलब जब करना पड़े तो. You find your ways. You find any way you can convey what you want to say. Now, with the business and the industry and the way it works and the numbers, trends, everything, you never know what will work, what will not work.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you push it as much as you can to make it trend and whatever, but I think every song has its audience. Sometimes it's not meant for a certain number of people. Sometimes it's really meant for a certain number of people. Sometimes it's meant for a lot of people. That you can't really decide. Like, how do you judge that?
But do you keep that parameter? Like that parameter जो commercials में कभी-कभार, because recently, not recently actually, long back I think I watched this interview where a music producer was saying that we are given briefs by the film directors or the production companies that this is the kind of song we want, where there will be this one thing which will be of 1 minute and it has to kind of be used to be do the trends and do the content create and everything. उन लोगों के लिए काम आएगा. तो वो पैरामीटर कभी भी जिंदगी में रहा है.
Yeah, I think it's very helpful when a song trends.
Yeah.
No doubt.
That's true.
It brings you traffic. It brings in visibility or audibility. But restricting someone to do that and making a song with that agenda is just wrong. If your song is good and it trends, it's great. But making a song towards that, मतलब that might be restricting your own artist, right? कि वो उसी एंगल से सोचेगा, then it becomes a commodity. It's not art anymore.
That's true.
Like that's like saying मुझे 36 साइज का कुर्ता चाहिए और slim fit होना चाहिए. I'm just saying, like, वो that's getting things tailor made. Then you don't need an artist for that. That's the difference between you going to a tailor and telling them what you want as opposed to going to a designer and buying something that they made, right?
Absolutely.
So I guess no, I mean nobody's given me that brief क्योंकि मुझे तो मैं तो खुद ही बना रहा हूँ अपना. मुझे कोई दे तो रहा नहीं है brief कि मतलब hopefully दे दो मुझे brief. Actually किसी को अगर कोई गाने बनवाने हैं मैं तो ready हूँ. Guys, hi.
No, I don't think you need to
brief.
give him, and you don't need to give him a brief. I feel like he's doing a good job.
No, so yeah, I don't get that brief, but yeah, it's definitely restrictive. I don't think that's the right approach to it.
Obviously.
Yeah. Like,
but have you ever been told, and I'm personally very curious to know, that in the 90s there was this thing. I'll give a female kind of an example. So there was Alka Yagnik, the sweet texture. She used to be like the voice behind every or almost each and every female actress out there on the top. Then there was also Alisha Chinoy. She was an independent music creator as well, but then she was also someone whose voice texture was very different and unique. Not that much behind every single actress out there. So your voice is also very unique in its own texture. But have you ever been told that, ये तुम्हें इस तरह से गाओ या ऐसे करके अपना गाना गाओ ताकि or being told that because of this unique voice texture you are not really a fit in the commercial music scene?
I think first and foremost as a playback singer, when that is your only kind of job where you have to come and sing,
Yeah.
I think first and foremost, you need to be a very, very prolific, technically sound singer. Like you have to be at a level which is meant for playback.
Okay.
कि, you know, 10 लोगों ने मिलके गाना बनाया है and वो 10 लोग ये गाना गा सकते हैं, लेकिन सबसे better ये playback singer गा सकता है.
Right.
So playback is a very, like, that's why playback in the 90s in our movies and even till today is very, it's capability based. I mean, of course, voices are associated with it, but like you mentioned, Alka Yagnik, along with that sweet texture, is also one of the most skilled vocalists to ever
Absolutely.
live. So, you know, that comes with it.
Okay.
That is a very important metric for playback.
Okay.
You have to be able to sing anything. That's what you are, na? You're basically like, you have to adorn the role of that character and sing whatever that character requires, no matter how hard or how easy. I mean, you know, if an Arijit Singh can sing a Binte Dil and sing a Nashe Si Chad Gayi, just look at the difference between those two songs. Like, he's
absolutely.
done it both, like, and like nobody else. Like, it's like that.
Yeah.
So I think मुझे कभी किसी ने ऐसा कुछ बोला नहीं है, because मुझे as such कोई मौका ही नहीं मिला है.
Okay.
ये मतलब for like a prominent playback
But
situation.
did you ever, like, do you have that, you know,
I'd love
want?
to. I love to sing. So I'd love to. If someone wants my voice on their song, sure, absolutely. It's just that I've never thought about it because I've just been making my own things.
Okay.
Because I think the toughest thing about. So to fight all that, I said, let me make my own music. Because on my music, though, at least the right is mine. मेरा गाना, फिर तो मुझे कोई नहीं बोलेगा ना कि इसको नहीं गाना चाहिए, मेरा ही है.
True. But in a way, you are entering the scene, because I feel like right now, even with what I said, you know, Kobe being a part of Mismatched, it's a big thing. In a way, independent music very rarely gets the light of having that push, you know, of a series on the OTT level or of films, you know. क्योंकि films में भी अभी use होती है independent music. So in a way,
and now more than ever actually.
Exactly. तो वो evolution हो रहा है. And right now, independent music artists are getting that evolution, that push. So it's a very beautiful thing. And you are right now at the right place at the right time होता है ना वैसा.
Hopefully.
So now most probably, yeah, with Mismatched, I feel it's gonna be इसलिए भी आगे ही जाने वाला है.
हाँ, बस हो जाए.
I'm gonna tell you, I say this everywhere. I don't know why I say it, but this is the manifestation dance.
Yes, this is the manifestation.
No, I'm saying this to you, it is.
Yes, and I'm agreeing. It is. We've even got matching cups.
Wow.
And a shirt. And pillows. I'm ready for manifestation.
I don't know. How should I take that?
Gana.
So, are you going to do our next song also for Mismatched?
I guess we'll find out.
अरे यार, I thought इस चक्कर में पता चल ही जाएगा. Because all the songs are so beautiful in the album. So, and Hoga is one of the biggest hits in the whole album. So, obviously, people are, the fans of the series itself are waiting if you will be creating another song.
I hope so.
अरे, he's not saying it.
I hope so. I hope I can.
What would your dream is?
I was just like, how is this guy doing this? Section after section after section, and every section is like its own song. So I mean, yeah, and just the whole thing, like, you know, great performer, dancer, great singer, was great actor also actually.
Yeah.
Just everything.
He's an all-rounder.
Yeah, just everything. I just feel like, you know.
So you're basically becoming
I'm not. I know.
No, I'm hearing. Because in a way, you are also someone who is singing, and I know you're saying that you're not like at that far or whatever, but वो तो gradually होगा ना.
But yeah, I guess yeah, it's an influence that I want to kind of emulate in a way.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. Because I think you're also very capable of doing it because you're composing, you're singing, and you're also acting. And on that note, how did acting happen? I mean, you always wanted to sing and do music. You're passionate.
I don't think anybody gave a shit about my music. No, because when you come to a city like Mumbai, it's a tough place. I came here when I was 19 years old, 18. I came very young. I didn't know anything. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know. I didn't know how to get through to people. It was just an alien kind of world. I wasn't that good at writing songs. I wasn't. I didn't know how the business worked. I didn't know how to. I didn't have anything. And acting was something that I got a chance at, and I needed a job. I needed to survive in the city. I needed to do anything, and at that point, I wasn't so funny or as fearless as they come. कभी कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता क्या ही होगा ये भी कर लेंगे वो भी कर लेंगे things like that. So and I liked it because it's a form of performance. So I started with theatre, and then I became a TV host for some things, and then on and there I kept doing whatever I got to do, and slowly I started loving acting. And then I was like, okay, now what I'm going to do is, this is it. Things are kind of, happening. Let me do this for a while. Let me kind of explore the music scene on the side and figure out कि कैसे होता है, कौन है, किसके पास जाना होता है, क्या होता है, कैसे गाना बनाते हैं, कैसे बनता है, all of that. And while I was doing this, I was kind of learning that on the side and then I also had like the thing of, okay, I'll save some money, I'll make my first song, like properly. And that's what I did. That's what I did. Like all of my independent music, it's basically that. I save money and then I put it into making that song and making that video. And that's pretty much it.
I think that
if you ask my my team also, it's like if I get an endorsement, if I get an ad, the first thing I say is agla video.
Well, that's a cool thing. That's a very passionate thing that you use other means to basically get what you actually want to do in life. And this thought kind of actually made me want to know what do you think about this fact that you actually बहुत सारे listeners का भी है, right? There are a lot of other people out there, and even the media, people who listen to music a lot and everything, they're very passionate about it, and they keep thinking that there are some singers जो बहुत overused हो चुके हैं. So that kind of it's not their problem, obviously, because they're getting money for it, they're getting paid for it. Obviously, they will say yes to it, but they kind of get very overused at times. To another parallel, where there are new singers, they're just as good. They are good, but they are not getting the chance of coming to that light, because at the end of the day, people still want to just have them.
Are you talking about playback or independent music?
Playback, actually.
So then,
because independent is obviously
so playback is a different ballgame altogether. Like I said, I think it's got a lot to do with how technically capable you are, especially playback. Those who you feel that are overused or saturated have sang that much because they can. They can sing that much. They can sing those many different things, and they can sing it well. And of course, it's also a comfort thing. After a while, it becomes a commercial thing. After a while, it becomes okay. We want this singer to sing that song so that people know that this film has a song sung by this guy. So that's also there, and that's just catering to commercial demand. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone's around to make money, and they try their best at it. Now the drawback of that is, okay, maybe some people because of this person is abused or that person is abused. That's fine, because that person being abused has also made a living. Even if he takes a break, he can or she can. You know, like it's fine. I don't think it's a bad thing.
What do you think a person should keep doing to establish themselves in this music industry? Like how you did not give up on your passion and found means to support it in a certain way. Obviously, in the ways that you could at that time. What do you think is the most necessary thing when you are entering into the music industry? As in, you might be very technically skilled, you might have the creativity and everything, but it's just not, you're not at the right place at the right time.
I think just make music. I don't think you should take yourself that seriously. I mean, it's a very funny thing that happens when a person starts out. They think that everybody's waiting for their song. They think that everyone's looking at them. And there's like it happened to me also. Like I kept thinking कि यार अगर मैंने ऐसा गाना बनाया तो मैं तो क्या कैसा होगा, क्या सोचेंगे लोग? Yeah, like in the sense like because you wanna project who you are and the level of music you want to be at. Okay, is that your first? You're damn stressed about everything. I think you should just not be if you can. It's easier said than done. And I think you should just make music. And the more you make, the more you learn, the more you get better at it. Like that's what I'm also trying to do. कि मैं बस बनाते जाऊँ और कुछ ना कुछ मेरे को एक नया dimension मिलेगा कभी. I don't know when, but someday I'll have a breakthrough and I'll have a new kind of perspective to it. Whether it's meeting other musicians, collaborating, everything. I think for people who are starting out, just make what you want to make. And making music takes a lot of writing lyrics and making music and putting yourself out there. It takes a lot of bravery. It takes a lot of courage to say things. It takes a lot of courage to even make commercial music. It's like you think you can make a party song, try and make it. It's so hard to do.
It's definitely very hard.
It's so hard to do.
Yeah.
Just try. You can be like, oh, it's not the most poetic thing or it's not whatever. Just try and make it. You will not be able to. So I think just don't take it so seriously in terms of try and do the best you can, but don't make benchmarks in your head where you want to be or who you are. Like that happened to me after Kho Gaye.
Oh, really?
After Kho Gaye, I was just like, shit, now I'll have to make good music. Like in the sense
Yeah, obviously.
in the sense I want to make good music, but now it's like,
कि अभी सबको पसंद आना चाहिए.
अब ये ना बोलो कि इसके बाद तो उसको कुछ बनाना आया ही, ये तो मतलब तुक्के से बन गया. मैंने तो यार 1.5-2 साल लगा दिए थे उस गाने पे, अगले वाले गाने पे. मतलब in the sense it was नाराज़ी. And I wrote, Charan and I wrote most of that song in about, I mean, see, I had written about, I had written the chorus and I had written some parts and I had written some melodies. And then we basically completed 90% of the song in about 2 hours. I took 2 months to write 3 words. Then I took 3 more months to write 4 words. Because I had gotten so this thing कि नहीं ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है, ये नहीं है. That song from those 2 hours to the next whole year has changed like maybe 3 words of it. It was the same. I didn't get out of it. I gave up.
You gave up.
I said, Charan always, Charan tells me that better is the enemy of good. You keep trying to do something better. It doesn't always need better. So you kind of just calm down and you're like, okay, this is fine. This is saying what I wanted to say. This is saying what I'm feeling what I want to feel, and it should be fine. But yeah, like it was so unnecessary. Like I could have done that in half an hour. Like
Definitely we are taking a lot of learning.
I mean, I take a lot of learning away.
Learning is basically the fact that you don't need to, just like you said, you don't need to take yourself seriously.
Yeah, so it's just like that I think shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm glad I went through it just to know. There
will be a song for this also.
Yeah, I guess.
मजा आ जाएगा. But you tell me पहले this is the song for that.
100%.
Right.
I'm telling you. So yeah, just that. Just make music, just make whatever you want. Just be fearless and make whatever you want. Even if you don't want to put it out, make it. You never know, you might like it, somebody else might like it. Somebody else might help you make it better.
Do you have this, I've spoken to a lot of independent music musicians out there, and they've always said that there's this fear of getting connected or being owned by a label, a certain kind of label.
It's real.
It is?
Yeah.
It's there amidst all?
I mean, the fear is there, yeah. But there's pros and cons to this. I think.
Have you ever thought of just being owned by a label? Being an artist under a label, because it really helps,
I was signed to Sony exclusively for a large part, and like I said, like there's what a label machinery does is amazing. If you get the right things and they can really push it, they can really make the song big. So that is there. So yeah, I mean, I've not only thought, I've been there and I've seen how labels work. I've seen how they both have their own merits. Now, one thing could be that sometimes you're answerable to someone. Independently, you're not really answerable to anyone.
You like that?
No, I like both.
Okay.
I like both. I don't think one is better than the other. For example, if a new artist is starting out and gets a label deal, it's fantastic because you kind of get that visibility instantly. Like you have that marketing power, you have that push. They put you everywhere. So that's a massive bonus. I mean, just you can make the best song in the world, but it's useless if nobody listens to it, right? So you've got to get out there. That's the biggest part. To just have people know that you're making music.
That's actually the main part.
Yeah.
In this industry, right?
पता कैसे
So
चलेगा?
many people.
So I think both things have their own. क्या हो सकता है? मतलब ऐसा कुछ बुरा नहीं है. It's just like both those things are there. They're just different, and some things suit some songs and some things suit other songs. Like, I think if you have a very, very commercial song, maybe it does better on the label. Who knows? Then
That's true. It's a very unpredictable market anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah. But do you think about it a lot once this lost and found release of yours? Then did you have this habit of keep checking that whether it's trending or not, whether it's topping the chart or not?
yeah, I do.
You do?
I check because I check, and I'm actually very this thing about it. Yeah. I not that I'm like कि होना ही है, but I like to know what is happening so that I can take a decision based on that. Like I can take a well-informed decision. Ki, okay, should we do more for this song? Is it actually tracking? Am I getting that traction? How much to promote? Should we use more assets? What do we do? So for that I do keep a track on everything. I even keep a track on my friends' releases. Yeah, it's not the healthiest thing, but I do. Now I can't.
As long as it's for the progressive stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, about that I do. But other than that, it's fine. Whether it trends or not, it's fine. If it trends, very good. If it doesn't trend, hopefully people listen to it.
Moving on to more personal things. More personal.
More personal.
Okay, I want to know, you're writing about love. Love is the central figure
Yes.
in your songs.
Yes.
In your music.
Yes.
You're at a stage where are you in love? I'm going to not assume, I'm just going to ask.
I'm in love with so many things.
No, I'm not saying it like that. Come on, you can't deflect, yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know if you're in love.
I don't know. Yeah.
So it's a complicated thing.
No, it's not complicated.
It's
It's not. It's
there
not
are a
about.
lot of female
it's-
fans out there.
Yeah, but it's not
तो मैं उनके
complicated
लिए
in the
answer
sense
नहीं
I'm
दूँ।
single.
अच्छा, ये
Like
सही
complicated मेरा relationship status नहीं. Complicated मेरा mental state.
है। अच्छा, okay.
मुझे
So-
मैं confused.
Then you want to be in love or you don't want to be in love?
If I am
अच्छा,
or I'm not, or am I?
Then there
Can
is
I?
someone.
Huh?
You can only be confused like that if you are or if you're not, if there is someone. Otherwise तो ऐसा होगा ना कि मुझे पढ़ना है या नहीं पढ़ना है. If the right person walks in, then you will right now fall in love. You'll be okay with welcoming love.
Yeah, sure. I'll be very okay with that. Love. Who doesn't want love?
Do you want to be in a relationship?
I would love to be in a relationship.
So what kind of a person are you?
I mean, this is a
I've been
person.
asked.
This is a person we're looking for, na?
Yeah.
Like,
So? मतलब कुछ
you want
तो
me to give you
idea.
requirements?
हाँ. Yeah, actually.
I don't think. I guess just a fun person.
Just a fun person.
I'm not looking.
You're not
I'm not looking. Like, not like this. Not like.
He's not thought about this at all.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't even. I
How
don't
do you
think I'm-
write such beautiful songs? And then,
पहले बातें हो जाती है ना. वो रहता है.
so you've been in relationships.
Yes. मतलब बहुत कैसे लिखूं मैं ये सब.
नहीं जरूरी नहीं है. Come on.
पता है वो जिस दिन मैं सीख गया ना कि हाइपोथेटिकली
हाँ.
किसी की स्पेस में घुस के उसके पर्सपेक्टिव से गाना लिख, वो मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ.
अच्छा ये try.
हाँ, because like there's only so many personal experiences I can have. Like, I need to be like, अगर मैं टाइटैनिक पे होता तो मैं क्या लिखता? Like, you know, if I can channel that, oh my god, endless.
But there has to be a certain set of requirements. You cannot just be one fun person. This is me telling you.
I don't think I have requirements.
So how are you going to understand if that? And this is me being very
I
curious
know,
also.
I think
How
it's-
will you understand if that person is right for you and if you really want to be with that person? It's just a feeling.
They're a good person, I guess. I mean, if
There are
there's
good people only out
if the really
there. Not all, but come on. I like to
there
give
are
the
good
benefit of
people
doubt.
only out there.
I like to give the benefit.
Have you gotten out of your house?
Yes. Why are you asking?
World's a scary place, man. No. I mean, of course there are people out there, but I don't have a concrete requirement. I think just having a sense of identity and knowing who they are. I think if they're authentic, that's a massive one. Like if they're not trying to be anybody else. Like, you know, if they're okay with their own existence.
That's very true.
I find that very attractive. When you own who you are, no matter who you are. Like, so I think that is it.
And who's right now someone that you really, not your dream collaboration, but someone that right now you're really looking forward to collaborate with? Like someone who's an upcoming artist maybe, and you really love the work they're doing.
I mean, I'm not upcoming artist. I'd love to do something with the Yellow Diary. Not just because they're my friends, because I'm a super fan. I'm a super fan. Like that. Yeah.
They make some good. It's like something that you can listen to.
So actually, I do. And they're really good guys. Also. Like they're nice people. And if they can like, you know, tolerate me and all my like questions and everything, then They're just okay.
I think beyond that also. But I would like you to sing two songs of any of them. Any of them.
Sing a few songs.
Yeah, sing a few lines. What happened?
माइक करेगा
बहुत बढ़िया, क्योंकि अगर मुझसे गवाना है मेरे पास गाड़ी में गिटार है,
कट करो हाँ कट करेगा
मैं ला सकता हूँ।
हाँ, गवाना था।
गवाना था,
है।
हाँ, मैं बाई चांस लाया था, बट बारिश हो रही थी तो मैंने निकाला।
एक बार वो माइक का दे
अब जा सकता हूँ लेकिन
तो वो वाइड बैठे हैं ना
Loki, you tell me whenever.
या
रोल स्टार्ट
कोई तो फोन में से ऑडियो चालू कर दो ना फोन में एक सेल्फा साइड
Guys, if you know the songs, if you know any of those songs, please sing along. It'll be fun.
हो गया था मैं मुझसे नहीं पता है बाकी किसी वैसे ही सुनते हो आते जाते
Thanks, yeah.
हो गए पता है हम लोग को
चालू है ऑडियो
अच्छा तेरे को मैं क्या ऑडियो उसमें कर ऑडियो चालू है
चालू किया तो यहाँ पे रख दीजिए नहीं थोड़ा थोड़ा पीछे मैम
मुझे ट्यून्स करना है लेकिन
मैम थोड़ा पीछे ले लीजिए मैम थोड़ा पीछे ले लीजिए एंड में एज पे हाँ बस यस
वो वाला माइक कीप इट टुवर्ड्स फॉरवर्ड्स okay then
या रेडी
So this song is called Lost and Found. Please listen to it.
प्लीज
It's out everyone.
And that's it, guys. I am Manjri and Taaruk with you on Pop Diaries channel. Like, share, and comment.